This video is sponsored by UGREEN. One of the best parts of what I do is to test a ton of different tech and desk accessories throughout the year. It's also made me realize how easy it is to just make bad choices. So in this video, I thought I'd show you my best desk upgrades from this year so far. It's quite hard to say. From staple items that have got a permanent spot in my setup this year, to some really unusual recent releases and surprising standout discoveries that might just change how you think about your workspace choices. Or maybe they won't. Who knows? This summer, I've been hands-on with everything from NAS storage solutions that I've been curious about for a while actually, and some completely unexpected tech that honestly, well, I didn't expect much from it. But what became clear is there's a huge difference between stuff that looks impressive and stuff that actually makes your daily work better. Now, before we dive into the list, which of course I've linked in the description if you want to check them out, I believe a couple of things. Your desk should be beautiful enough that you want to spend time there, efficient enough to save you time, and well, functional enough to improve your work quality. And I think most advice on YouTube often focuses on stuff that just looks cool. This list, I hope, does both. Now, before we get into the exciting new tech, like what's hiding in this case, let me give you a quick tour of the foundational pieces that make everything else possible. My favorite design essentials for creating the canvas for better creative work. So for my desk setup, I'm currently pairing the Eames replica E45 chairs from Son with this, my FlexiSpot E9 Plus standing desk. Now this combination isn't just about looks, it's also about how fantastic it does its job. It's a workspace that's both adjustable and like rock solid. This thing does not move. And I love that about the E9 Plus. It looks great from all angles. It stays stable, even at height. I can stand on it to take things off the roof. And I love it as my filming setup because of that good look and stability thing going on. Now, I personally love desk shelves for housing the messy bits and keeping things calm. The Ugmonk Gather range is well worth looking at. I've loved that for years. But recently, I keep coming back to this, the Balolo Setup Cockpit. It offers the cleanest and quickest plug-and-play laptop dock integrated into it that I've found. An all-metal clamshell mount attaching directly to the desk shelf. You kind of screw it in with the bolts provided, and it lets me seamlessly transition between desktop and on-the-go work. It feels like the best of both worlds. I've used it for a couple of years now. They're brilliant. Check them out. And I've been using Orbit Key desk mats like this one for years. They feel lovely and provide that perfect place to store quick documents, hide them under there, which is rather cool. Plus this magnetic tray over here is a really nice touch. I'm also a big fan of Ugmonk's analog productivity systems. Their kits are honestly amazing for anyone who appreciates that tactile analog approach to planning alongside your digital tools. Just bear in mind, they're a bit spenny. These foundational pieces set the tone for everything else. But now let's talk about those tech discoveries that really did surprise me this month, actually. And trust me, you're gonna wanna check these out. Let me know in the comments what your next desk setup would be and click the like button if you haven't yet, and let's dive into it. So, 3 amazing pieces of tech I didn't realize were gonna be brilliant. Let's start with something that honestly really did surprise me, the UGREEN NAS DPX 2800. So I've been considering a NAS or network storage device for a little while, since I'd like to stop paying monthly for cloud storage so much. And if not that, just not deal with slow upload speeds and limits when sharing videos with, say, my editors. The idea of having one place where you keep everything backed up, honestly, hosted at home, yet accessible everywhere, was really appealing. Having your own personal cloud, essentially, but way more powerful. It's really seductive. The thing is, I've always felt this was like for the highly skilled tech bros out there. You know, the people who understand server racks and have them in their bedrooms, you know, not like us normies. So it was really surprising when I saw that UGREEN are creating NAS systems. They're known for their chargers, and they claimed it was pretty much plug and play. I was a little bit skeptical, but I figured I was gonna try it and it might as well be one of these. So they sent this over, the small 2-bay unit, and this really is an option more people should consider, even if it's just for family photos and videos, because the setup process is actually genuinely simple. I don't think you can get overwhelmed by this. You just follow the step-by-step system guide that prompts you through as you go. It pops up. You install it next to your router, plug it in with the Ethernet cable, and you're kind of good to go. Now the NAS is like the system, which has the software and the connectors in it, and then you plug these drives into it. You can also put solid state drives in there if you want, and you can connect external drives to link to it. No tools required to do any of it. And it's designed for people who want professional level storage without complexity. But here's what was really brilliant. I set this up in my house, and now whether I'm here in the studio, out filming or traveling, I can access all of those files remotely. The UGREEN software interface, called UGOS, or UGOS, I guess, makes everything incredibly intuitive. I love that I can instantly sync footage from my phone or camera, and it backs up automatically. They've got a bunch of apps that can allow you to do things like run movies on it, and you can even search photos using their AI search system. Plus, you can back up directly from cloud platforms like OneDrive and Google Drive straight into the NAS. So it's like having a cloud storage solution in your home and all consolidated. So this is great. My editors who are working around the world can now access the drive in my house through a simple login, and we can all share files seamlessly. This is a massive plus. Now the storage capacity, even for this small version, is insane. This 2-bay version supports up to 76 terabytes. That's equivalent to storing 26 million photos, or about 51,000 movies. So I've got two 4 terabyte drives installed in there, and that's giving me about 7.5 terabytes of storage. But of course, if you want to set them up in RAID 1, so you've got a backup of the backup, then you would only halve that. But there's plenty of scope with big drives to really make these serious. You can use the SSD compartments, which I'm not. So there is that trade-off, but personally, I'm using this to share stuff and have it accessible. It's fantastic. The only thing to be aware of is that these kind of drives do make a little bit of noise, so maybe don't keep it in your living room if you want it to be quiet. Maybe you put it in a cupboard near your router. And I've also found the cross-device compatibility to be seamless, so I can access files from my MacBook, phone, iPad, wherever I am, even a smart TV. And because it's all running on my local network, the file transfer speeds are lightning fast compared to traditional cloud storage, uploads and downloads. The UGREEN NAS series is available on Amazon and the UGREEN website, so check out the link below. Thank you, UGREEN, for sending this over. And if you're tired of storage limitations and monthly cloud fees, you might want to check one of these out. They're really good. So next up is this. This is the Insta360 Wave. And well, they might actually have made speakerphones cool. Okay, now I admit, this at first glance is a strange device, but the performance is genuinely impressive. It combines 3 products in one: conference calling, AI meeting notes with transcription, and lossless audio recordings for quick sessions like, say, podcasts. Now this thing comes in white and black. It's got a suction pad on the bottom, which is rather cool. And I love the way that this also links with their latest Link 2 4K webcam. This has got proprietary connection. It just connects it to the system and it all works together. And this webcam, by the way, is one of my favorite desk pieces of this year in itself. I've still got the black one on my desk over there. I use it all the time. And what's particularly impressive is how the combination of these two things elegantly solves that problem of big group meetings with online participants. For me, that is really cool. It's actually perfect for my theatre production meetings for both local and remote collaborators. The most theatrical bit, turning it on. You press the button, yeah, and it rises up like a futuristic space station dock with moody sound effects. And this reveals the touchscreen down the bottom, which is a kind of round version of their very well done 360 camera screens. It might seem a little bit odd, but it's genuinely cool. Perhaps it's overkill, right, for a personal setup, but I really love this. And there's actually a really good reason for this kind of rising up design. The Wave comes equipped with a 3D 8-mic array that captures voices clearly up to 16 feet away. Okay, so here's a quick sound test of the iPhone 16 Pro and the Insta360 Wave, recording really close. Okay, so now I've turned on noise cancelling on the Wave, and I'm just recording as I was on the iPhone 16 Pro, but I've got a loud fan heater right behind the speakers. Let's see the difference here. And now here I am at a distance with noise cancelling turned on at 5 meters and the iPhone 16 Pro as it was, but with a loud fan heater right behind the two of them. Now you might question why you need this, but it's impressive how I could seamlessly host an in-person group meeting with people sat around a table with other people, say, on a video call, calling in. Insta360 explains that the floating design optimizes echo cancellation, provides clearer voice pickup for better sound reproduction, and provides Z-axis spatial data. Basically, it tracks your voice and reduces noise more effectively. What's brilliant about the Link 2 camera integration is that after 3 seconds of talking, the AI kicks in and it tracks speakers with 4K quality. It intelligently moves to face whoever's speaking, and it performs smooth circular pans to follow conversations. And the setup is really quite straightforward with this wave. You connect it to your computer, select Link 2, then automatic for voice tracking, and it will do the rest. And the built-in transcription stuff is great. AI, transcribing summaries, all of that. You do have to do it logged into the Insta360 website, but pretty cool.
I can actually see it transcribing my voice on the AI meeting notes on the screen. So it's like talking as I talk. That's going in, and then that'll all upload to the Insta360 site where you can get it summarized and all the rest of it. So it's really impressive. So if I click on the view recordings button, it takes me to the Insta360 profile page Insight, and I'm able to then look at my notes and see the summary of what was discussed. And there's loads of different ways you can reference it. There is the transcript and the summary, but also I can look at lots of different types of templates. There's loads and loads of them. If I click all templates, you'll see loads of different things. So maybe meeting minutes, apply the template, and it will process them. This is super cool. And on a pro plan, you're getting 1,200 minutes. I think it's around 300 minutes on a standard plan. And it's pretty solid. You can then export them or export the audio or the transcript from the top right over here.
And thanks to this design, it's also super portable as well. So that's cool. One thing I would have loved them to have done is made this slightly longer so that you could transport it with this on it, but maybe that's not safe anyway, but something to think about Insta360. So yeah, very cool. I was really surprised by this. Check it out. It's a niche thing, but if you know why you need it or you can afford it, it's really brilliant. And well, speaking of AI, for the final highlight of this section, we've got to talk about Notion's recent release of a fully integrated AI agent. Notion is my favorite desk software. I use it all the time. And they've released what they call the world's most advanced knowledge work agent built right into Notion. I use it all the time to run my life, business, everything on it. And the AI agent can do everything that I can do in Notion. It can build things, find things, and even more. It connects into the rest of your workspaces, your emails, and it can genuinely help you plan your day. Now, I've created an Agent OS system instruction. Now, what's also cool is you can personalize your agent with instructions. And I've created something called Agent OS to do this. This is where software truly can transform how you work. So if you've been following my channel or you're passionate about productivity systems or getting more done with less effort, you really should check out how Notion has transformed in 2025 with Agent. I'll link my video on Agent OS below because my word, it's a game changer. And I don't just say that lightly. I know it's a YouTube comment. If you jump over to bettercreating.com/Agent OS, you can find out more about this brilliant advanced system and how it can transform things. Right, next, before we talk about some more fun and frivolous items, I want to show you some of my top desk peripherals that are perhaps a little more obvious, but still fantastic. The accessories that have stuck with me this year. First of all, the Logitech Lift Mouse. This thing is lovely for ergonomic workflows and keeping your wrists healthy. If you spend hours at your computer like I do, this vertical design genuinely makes a difference. Your wrist sits in a much more natural position, and after using it for a few months, I just couldn't go back to traditional mice. Although I do love this Microsoft Arc 2, which folds for on the go. For keyboards, I'm currently obsessed with this thing, the NuFi Air 75 version 3. This hits the sweet spot between mechanical satisfaction and practical desk space. You can get that satisfying typing experience we all love from mechanical keyboards, but in the form factor that doesn't dominate your desk. It's got an aluminium body, beautiful build, and a really good price. This thing I love. And it's even got your usual RGB lighting options if you're into that whole my keyboard is my disco ball aesthetic. Yeah, not for me, but cool. And for desk maintenance, I'm obsessed with this, the Hotto Tools compressed air capsule. This little thing has completely replaced, well, desk dust and lack of cleanness. It's basically a 4-in-1 tool, compressed air blower, vacuum, and inflator, and a vacuum sealer. And you can kind of change this round to go either direction. Different items and attachments go onto it. It's the perfect companion for like desks, keeping your workspace clean, crazy suction power, and a brushless motor that can blast air at 22 meters per second, if that means anything to you. So yeah, check that out. All right, maybe a compressed air tool is a little frivolous. And if you think that, these ones are even more frivolous, but fun. And I really do think, as I promised if you stuck around, these are the ones that are just a good crack and really worth checking out. The first one, I shared this at the beginning of 2025. It's the X-Bloom Studio coffee machine. I've done a full breakdown of this if you want to see more details, link below in my other tech video. But this thing is genuinely the best coffee I've ever made at home with zero skill. What's brilliant is how it automates the complex pour over process while still giving you control when you want it. It's perfect coffee without the fuss, and there's even a bunch of barista created recipes, pour times and everything in the app. You just click them, drop it in, and it automatically does it. I really, really love it. Plus, to be honest, it looks expensive enough that people assume that you know what you're doing when they come and see it on camera. Now, a couple of really cool mount systems that you might be interested in, kind of cools, general vibes. I've got the Ray-Ban Meta stand and the iPad VESA mount from ChargeGen Pro. Now, ChargeGen Pro make really cool kind of Mac aesthetic mounts, all metal, really cool. And it's just positioned perfectly on my desk now to pop my Ray-Ban Metas on, which I didn't expect to like, also cool. And yeah, that VESA mount for your iPad. If you want a floating iPad next to your monitor, this is the one I would go for. Last but not least, I printed myself an Apple Macintosh. Well, this is actually a Mac trash can, 3D printed. If you've been watching my recent 3D printing videos, you'll know I've been experimenting with creating custom desk accessories. This one's a bin. It captures that retro Mac aesthetic while being genuinely functional. So check out my 3D printing videos below if you want to create something like that, and some other things like mice, like I have. So for me, the key insight here isn't about having the most expensive gear or most Instagram worthy setup. It's about choosing tech that genuinely supports how you work best, removes friction, and maybe brings a little joy to your daily routine, right? It doesn't hurt if it's Instagram worthy though, I guess. And I recommend watching this video next if you want to look into some better setups and productivity systems to genuinely improve the work you get done. Hit my face to subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next one.